and some and I have no I had the bread and tea for said the diary mamma. Yes, no, and for and some no.
Nyame adom. Me gidi se bibi ekwe.
Oh, nyame e dey natural no papa na okwe.
Nyame adom nti Meba studio ya na me hu se citynewsroom.com a story. Kokobot Deputy CEO welcomes OSP probe, denies conflict of interest. Story ne say the Deputy Chief Executive in charge of Finance and Administration at the Ghana Cocoa Board, Mr. Ato Boateng, has welcomed calls for investigations by the Office of the Special Prosecutor and SRAJ over allegations of conflict of interest linked to Atlas Commodities Limited. The response follows calls by the minority in Parliament, led by MP for Old Tafo, for a full criminal investigation into the operations of Atlas Commodities. However, in a document cited by City News on Monday, Mr. Boateng dismissed the claims as false and unfounded. According to information released in his defense, Mr. Boateng resigned as a director of Atlas Commodities Limited on January 20th, 2025, prior to assuming his current role at Cocoa Board. He also transferred his shares in the company to Edinam Yao Kofi and George Ofori, who now serve as trustees of a trust set up for that purpose. The statement further noted that Mr. Boateng duly declared his previous interest in Atlas Commodities in his official declaration of assets and liabilities as required of public officers, lodging the documentation with the Auditor General, clarifying the operational structure within Cocoa Board. The statement explained that the board does not hold shares in PBC and therefore does not influence its management decisions. It added that the regulation of licensed buying companies is supervised directly by the Deputy Chief Executive for Operations, while grading, sealing, and cocoa quality supervision fall under the Deputy Chief Executive for Agronomy and Quality Control. Distribution and allocation of seed money to licensed buying companies, when applicable, is undertaken by the Research Department under the Deputy Chief Executive for Operations and sanctioned by the Cocoa Board. The Deputy CEO for Finance and Administration, the statement stressed, is responsible only for effecting payment after all approval processes by the CEO, the board, and the Deputy CEO for Operations have been completed. The statement also indicated that for the past 2 years, Cocoa Board has not provided seed money to licensed buying companies to purchase cocoa beans. Instead, the companies have had to secure their own buyers or obtain bank financing to fund their purchases. Based on these facts, the statement maintained that Mr. Boateng has not used his position to influence decisions in favor of Atlas Commodities. And he also questioned why the MP would continue to publicly press the matter after petitioning the OSP and SRAJ, instead of awaiting the outcome of the investigations. In the Honorable Eko Vincent Assafuah, official response from Deputy CEO NA, who will be found.
Obi, JD can you confirm from the response that will be actually whether or not there was whether a denial and an admission with respect to the content and the Atlas Commodities Limited has been using warehouses belonging to the state at the Ayine. Did you cite anything like that?
No, there is no direct denial. In fact, I think the statement centered more on addressing the conflict of interest issues.
How?
Okay.
No, I mean, you did not see anything like that.
Sure.
That's what it is. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that the Deputy CEO has nothing to say about that contention there. Who you see are buying warehouses. Anna, what do you want? Warehouses are PBs for or some issue. Nobody will do that. Now we're private company and from because we are the working team PBC workers sponsor. And now the other Oh, cool. At the top, now they go. And now you see the purchasing class. Now they will do ma. And then when you can, watching the bow will be told. You have nothing to say about that. So that means that it is a contention that the man by conduct has agreed that I was not wrong. Second, Obi, we know the whole law speak. Now law of trust. Man, no more personal category and myself. Or transfer me first.
Yes.
No transfer, you know. We na company no ankasa no etade ade no koma extra and as Obi you can say that about your studio no. You projected a certain document. That registered in one department, the document now projected.
Yes.
When you have time, please just take page 3. We are going to have some massive discussions there with respect to how trust Juma. Obi. Say me Assafuah. No iPhone 17. Na iPhone 17 I am media. And I'm saying you create a trust. Trust and say,
yes.
Many people are better than and I think that's better than almost just at the mouth. So there's a clause and a trustee and a beneficiary relationship. So we are watching what we are with document of the Registered General Department external. We will know what the transfer was first. Now what transfer was shared in what the shares in what is at the name and no more company what to create a trust the almost share so. Now more create trust is go and check page 3 of that document, Registered General Department document. Trustees, there are 2 people. One, Legal Capital Management Limited. The number of shares for that Legal Capital Management Limited is 400. The second person, as a trustee, is Assafuah. Look at 1,600 of the shares, making the total number of shares 2,000. What does that mean? As a trustee, he still holds the majority of the number of shares of the trustee that has been created. Now, mind you, Obi, when you create a share, you create the share to say, yen share amount to the beneficiary of someone. Meanwhile, trustee who are to what who now 1,600. Now, let me open your mind to something. Do you know that on the 20th of February, 2026, that is Friday, after I made the revelations, Omwako, Registered General Department, to now go and ensure a total transfer, which is the Legal Capital Management Limited in Mongo.
Yes.
And Assafuah, which is the 1,600. So I'm going to start transfer. That share in and I said that trustee a union now. I'm going to come at the number. But what you what that means is that until this Friday, because I feel a massive process now. Until this Friday, before the matter, the trustee has been Legal Capital Management Limited and Assafuah, which Assafuah was holding 1,600 as the beneficiary. In the law of trust, how does it work? It works by way of a law, a trustee and a beneficiary. Just a woman at the end of the year, the official meter to one customer. Now, washes for one or just the amount for the benefit of who? For the benefit of a year Assafuah holding 1,600 shares. Now, let me show you a document from the Registered General Department, which my sources have been able to capture for me, which actually show how they wanted to go about it. And this one is dated just this Friday, Heponia, Obi, I am so sad. I am devastated that a public officer in that statute will try and make sure to now you are trying to find a way to make sure that you clean yourself. Sure. On the 20th of February 2026, in the documents of the Registrar General Department, it was resolved that Obi for purposes so that you can read it alongside me.
Okay.
Very well. It was resolved that by share transfer instrument, it was resolved that by share transfer instrument, Legal Capital Management Limited and Assafuah have both transferred all their 400 and 1,600 ordinary shares. What does that mean? Both Legal Capital Management Limited and Assafuah will go back to their claim that on the 20th of January 2025, I'm not transfer says no more creating a trust. No one.
Yes.
But the trust that was created, it was the bigger beneficiaries of that
beneficiary of that trust. Yeah.
So what did he say? Let me go down. Then you see the criminal mindset of Assafuah. Just listen. I'm sad, Obi. Let me just say, me show the profile. He and this is what we are doing to the state. When you go behind the news, you will see or say, and Assafuah have both transferred all their 400 and 1,600 ordinary shares, valued at 400 Ghana cedis and 1,600
Ghana cedis each. Yeah.
To Yao Edinam
Kofi.
Number 2, that by share transfer instrument, by share transfer instrument dated the 20th of January 2025, that is last year.
Yes.
Yao Edinam Kofi now owns 2,000 ordinary shares. I think almost 2,000
Yao Edinam.
This is this Friday. So let's go. You see it. All 2,000 ordinary shares valued at 2,000 as the sole shareholder filed on 20th
February 2026.
Just this Friday. Obi, are you not sad?
Are you not sad? In the following your
hold on.
Okay.
Are you not sad that an official of the state who has been hired by the President of the Republic to protect the state and its pets, to make sure that the state can make money to be able to pay your workers, you are the one engaging in this criminality? Are you not sad that you thought that you will not see this information? Okay, I showed you this particular information, but I intentionally did not speak about it because I knew that that about the intro, and that is what he has done. Because so what the Registrar General Department pay 3 na American.
Yeah.
Pay 3 na. Trustee details no. The trustee details no 2. Legal Capital Management Limited and Assafuah. And the entire Yanaka, go back to the last page, which gives you the BOP details. And when I say BOP, it is the beneficial owner particular.
Sure.
The beneficial owner particular, the one whose name has been mentioned there is Assafuah. Even after the trustee arrangement and everything.
Still, and the deed Assafuah as beneficial owner.
Up today. Up today. And it's on the 20th of January 2025. Transfer of shares now, I'm not even creating a trust, as I said. And let me use this opportunity to explain that again. You can't be a creative truster. What creative trust is for? The share just amount. Into me iPhone no terminal. Maybe to me just be as a forming to me just be. Maybe apart from my old and the dominant ventures. So among shares on Pamame. Now that be say be a new among Pamame. And after the class in the man in 2 years, I'm And after in the next 2 years, more for money only. And after more just for money after 2 years, no other game money. Obi. So look at it trust. Does it mean you no more have an equitable interest in it?
No.
You only loses a legal right, but not equitable interest. You know that? You have lost your legal interest in it because what the dealing now more will be said another so. But the equitable interest in the trust is still yours. And that has been evidenced by the BOP particulars.
Into any attempt to say, sir, the deputy CEO upon assumption of office, no, a transfer, the shares in creating an impression, sir, only interest bear in the company in question, no, cannot be borne out of the fact.
It cannot be borne out of the fact because Obi, the way a director, now say, oh, those shares the will be. You do it by way of a gift, and I work, or by sale.
Yes.
And I say you are giving it out to hold it in trust for you.
Yes.
And that.
Yes.
So why by sale? Why by gift? You did it by way of a trust.
Yes.
Into one shot to come out. And then a document, page number 34 no etc. Into who create it trust in here, what you are Dominic and OP Ventures or one shot them out. Almost document, trust no create a dear doctor, no, a dinner, Omana Yomodia 400 shares, a legal enterprise, no, media. Anna, a 2 watching, and so yet 1,600. So even in the trust, he held the biggest of the shareholding structure. Anna, you say, who is I don't know. I feel the trust in the crown. What are they say? What trust you now? They are not Edinam. But I know, I think what was that case? I know, registered general department, which I have also given you the evidence. But it also does not even negate the fact that he is still the equitable owner or he holds equitable interest in the company. But I don't know upon all upon one that they always say incriminate to who I'm afraid they will answer. It is a sad day for Ghana. I am disturbed, I am devastated, I am sad that this is happening, that a man of his caliber, Ocean is nature, now this year was the Harvard thing and all that, no one will see. I am disappointed.
But he makes the point, sir.
The president to ask him to set aside. Now investigations and go on. Because the president announced to set aside and to attempt to cover every evidence like he is trying to do, even with the Registrar General Department. And I'm warning the Registrar General Department, they should not dare do anything in terms of trying to as I said, I have the date here. The date has been captured in the system. They should not dare.